Building a monthly cash flow tracker. Most beginners build a cash flow statement that looks like a grocery list, just a single column of numbers. But in the Fortune 500 world, cash flow is analyzed over time. A single column tells you if you are rich today. A 12-month tracker tells you if you will be bankrupt in November. In this lesson, we will transition from the theoretical components we discussed in Lesson 1 to a practical, dynamic 12-month horizontal tracker. This structure allows us to see trends, spot seasonality, like high holiday sales, and predict cash crunches months before they happen. The framework, the time series layout. A monthly cash flow tracker is essentially a grid that maps categories of cash flow against time. This structure allows you to see not only how much cash is moving, but also when and why it moves. We will use the GreenLeaf bakery data to build a grid. 1. The axis of the tracker. Y-axis, vertical cash flow categories. Here we'll break down cash movements into the 3 global standards. A. Operating activities, day-to-day inflows, sales, collections, and outflows, rent, salaries, supplier payments. B. Investing activities, long-term inflows, asset sales and outflows, equipment purchases, property investments. C. Financing activities, inflows, equity injections, loans and outflows, loan repayments, dividends. X-axis, horizontal timeline. This will represent each month of business activity, month 1 through month 12. This time series view lets you track liquidity trends across the year. 2. The golden rule of modeling. Never hard-code numbers directly into the tracker grid. Instead, link every figure to your inputs or assumptions sheet. Example, if sales volume is 2,000 units and price is 3,500 Nigerian Nairas, the inflow formula should be equals volume times price rather than typing 7 million Nigerian Nairas. This ensures flexibility. Change the assumption once, and the entire tracker updates automatically. Step-by-step construction, the GreenLeaf template example. Let's systematically build a cash flow template in Excel using the GreenLeaf bakery base data, layer by layer. Prerequisites. GreenLeaf base data. From the base data in the input sheet, we have the following. Unit price, 3,500 Nigerian Nairas. Variable cost, 1,455 Nigerian Nairas per unit. Fixed costs, 1,625,000 Nigerian Nairas per month. Introducing an opening cash balance of 5 million Nigerian Nairas, an assumption for model start. Step 1. Set up the timeline and drivers. Open your saved GreenLeaf Bakery financial model workbook and navigate to the cash flow worksheet. On the worksheet, leave column B for labels. Use columns C through N for months 1 to 12. Assumptions block. Place the following assumptions at the top of the template so they drive the cash flow. Type monthly volume growth in cell B2 and enter 2% in cell C2. This allows us to simulate sales growth. Type opening cash balance in cell B3 and enter an opening balance of 5 million Nigerian Nairas in cell C3. Step 2. The Operating Activities section. This section calculates the cash generated from selling a sourdough loaf versus the cash burned making it. We'll use one product. You can extend it by adding more products later. In cell B6, enter the header 1. Operating Activities, make it bold. In cell B7, type sales volume in units. For month 1, in cell C7, add a link to the base product volume, i.e., 2,000 units. Use the formula equals inputs D36. For month 2, in cell D7, enter the formula equals product C7 1 plus $C$2. This will grow the volume by 2% per month. Ensure the units are in the nearest whole number, and that cell C2 remains absolute. For months 3 to 12, cells E7 to N7, use the autofill handle to copy the formula across. In cell B8, type plus cash receipts, sales. For month 1, in cell C7, enter the formula equals C7 asterisk inputs, $B$36. Inputs, $B$36 is the link to the base price of a sourdough loaf. For months 2 to 12, in cells D8 to N8, use the autofill handle to copy the formula across. In cell B9, type variable costs. For month 1, in cell C9, enter the formula equals C7 asterisk inputs, $C$36. Inputs, $C$36 is the link to the base variable cost of a sourdough loaf. For months 2 to 12, in cells D9 to N9, use the autofill handle to copy the formula across. In cell B10, type fixed costs. This cost remains fixed throughout the months of the year. For month 1, in cell C10, enter the formula equals sum TBL underscore overheads. This is the total fixed cost that must be paid per month. For months 2 to 12, in cells D10 to N10, use the autofill handle to copy the formula across. In cell B11, enter equals sign net operating cash flow in bold. For month 1, in cell C11, enter the formula equals C8 minus C9 minus C10. This is the net cash flow for operations for the first month. For months 2 to 12, in cells D11 to N11, use the autofill handle to copy the formula across. Step 3. The investing and financing sections. Even if these sections are empty now, build the structure. When the business buys or sells assets or injects/ejects funds in later months, you will simply place the figure in the actual month for the row. In B13, enter the header 2. Investing activities. In cell B14, enter plus asset sales. Leave these cells as 0 or empty inputs for now. You will manually type input values at the relevant months when required. In cell B15, enter assets purchases, CAPEX. Leave these cells as 0 or empty inputs for now. We will manually type input values when required for the relevant months. In cell B16, enter net investing cash flow. For month 1, in cell C16, enter the formula C14 minus C15. This is the net cash flow for investing activities for the first month. For months 2 to 12, in cells D16 to N16, use the autofill handle to copy the formula across. In cell B18, enter the header 3. Financing activities. In cell B19, type plus capital injection. This can be in the form of loans, grants, capital injection, etc. Leave these cells as 0 or empty inputs for now. We will manually type input values when required for the relevant months. In cell B20, enter loan repayments. This can be in the form of loan repayments, interest payments, or dividend distribution, etc. Leave these cells as 0 or empty inputs for now. We will manually type input values when required for the relevant months. In cell B21, type net financing cash flow. For month 1, in cell C21, enter the formula C19 minus C20. This is the net cash flow for financing activities for the first month. For months 2 to 12, in cells D21 to N21, use the autofill handle to copy the formula across. Step 4. Calculating cash balances. Let's now connect all the activities and derive the total net cash flow for each month, ending and opening cash balances. In cell B23, enter the header 4. Cash balances. In cell B24, type net cash flow. This will tell us the viability of each month. For month 1, in cell C24, enter the formula sum C11, C16, C21. This is the total net cash flow for the first month. For months 2 to 12, in cells D24 to N24, use autofill handle to copy the formula across. In cell B25, type opening balance. For month 1, in cell C25, link to the opening balance in the assumptions cell C3, 5 million Nigerian Nairas. For months 2, in cell D25, enter C26. This will link the closing balance in month 1 to the opening balance in month 2. For months 3 to 12, in cells E25 to N25, use the autofill handle to copy the formula across. In cell B26, type closing balance. For month 1, in cell C26, enter the formula C24 plus C25. This is the ending cash balance for the first month and the opening balance for the second month. For months 2 to 12, in cells D26 to N26, Use the autofill handle to copy the formula across. Essential formatting for clarity. To meet Fortune 500 standards, our cash flow template needs two final touches: the red flag formatting. A. Select the entire closing balance row and the total net cash flow row 24 and 26. B. On the Home tab, go to Conditional Formatting, point to Highlight Cell Rules, and select less than C. In the dialog box, enter 0 and select red text. The significance is that if the net cash flow or cash balance is less than 0, the cells turn red. This will alert the business owner to a possible solvency crisis. The freeze panes trick. Click on cell C6, first month of data. Go to View and select Freeze Panes. The significance is that as you scroll to month 12, you will still see the item labels in column B and the assumptions in rows 1 to 4. This improves user experience significantly. Conclusion: you have just built a machine. If you change the growth assumption in cell C2 to 5%, every single number in this 12-month tracker, from operating cash to the December closing balance, will update instantly. That is the power of a dynamic cash flow tracker. Add values to the investing and financing sections and see how it automatically adjusts the cash balances. For example, assume that GreenLeaf sold the old van for $2,500,000 and bought a new one at $22,050,000 in months 3 and 5, respectively. Finally, lock all non-input cells and protect the worksheet to prevent accidental deletion of formulas. This is it. Go ahead and test your template. What questions do you have? Drop them in the comments. In our next lesson, we'll discuss forecasting inflows and outflows with assumptions. Before you leave, hit the subscribe button and share this video. Thank you.